In this episode, we will be discussing California landlord may not evict for tenant immigration status. The California Code of Civil Procedure, Chapter 4, Section 1161.3 states that a landlord shall not cause a tenant or occupant to quit involuntarily or bring an action to recover possession because of the immigration or citizenship status of a tenant, occupant, or other person known to the landlord to be associated with a tenant or occupant, unless the landlord is complying with a federal government program that provides for rent limitations or assistance. Tenant defense against eviction. In an unlawful detainer action, a tenant or occupant may raise as an affirmative defense that the landlord violated this section. It is a rebuttable presumption that a tenant or occupant has established an affirmative defense if the landlord did both of the following: approved the tenant or occupant to take possession of the unit before filing the unlawful detainer action, and included in the unlawful detainer action a claim based on one of the following. 1. The failure at any time of a previously approved tenant or occupant to provide a valid Social Security number. 2. The failure at any time of a previously approved tenant or occupant to provide information required to obtain a consumer credit report. Or 3. The failure at any time of a previously approved tenant or occupant to provide a form of identification deemed to be acceptable by the landlord. Identification for federal program or court order. This section does not create a rebuttable presumption that a tenant or occupant has established an affirmative defense if a landlord has requested a form of identification for the purpose of complying with any legal obligation under any federal government program that provides for rent limitations or rental assistance to a qualified tenant, or any other federal law or a subpoena, warrant, or other order issued by a court. It is important to note, for the purposes of this section, immigration or citizenship status includes a perception that the person has a particular immigration or citizenship status, or that the person is associated with someone who has or is perceived to have a particular immigration or citizenship status. For additional laws and articles, visit AmericanLandlord.com.